They that have power to hurt and will do none, that do not do the thing they most do show, who, moving others, are themselves as stone, unmoved, cold, and to temptation slow. They rightly do inherit heaven's graces, and husband nature's riches from expense. They are the lords and owners of their faces, others but stewards of their excellence. The summer's flower is to the summer sweet, though to itself it only live and die. But if that flower with base infection meet, the basest weed outbraves his dignity. For sweetest things turn sourest by their deeds. Lilies that fester smell far worse than weeds. So what do we notice that's different about this sonnet? Well, it's not addressed directly to the fair youth. I mean, I think it's pretty obviously about the fair youth. And I think that the they that he's referring to is the fair youth, and the summer's flower that he's referring to is the fair youth. But it's speaking in broad general terms. It's speaking more in third person as opposed to the second person, you do this, you do that. He's saying they that have the power to whatnot. That's really interesting because there are only 3 sonnets in all 154 that are written this way. This one, which is Sonnet 94, Sonnet 116, and Sonnet 129. Now, what effect does this create in the reader? For me, it creates a sense of emotional distance or emotional detachment from the subject matter. I think it also creates a sense of mystery almost. I mean, these opening lines, they that have power to hurt and will do none, that do not do the thing they most do show. It sounds like the beginning of a riddle, doesn't it? Like, I think for whatever reason, Shakespeare's purposefully making this sonnet really enigmatic. And everything that I look up trying to read and research the sonnet, all that the experts tell me is, well, this is one of Shakespeare's most enigmatic sonnets, and no one can agree on what it means. Thanks, that's really helpful. But thinking about that, when do we create distance from the subject we're talking about? We do that when what we're talking about is too painful or too taboo to speak about directly, right? And I noticed that the notes that I have in my RSC edition are pretty much talking about how everything in this sonnet has kind of a dark sexual undertone. Like the word expense apparently meant semen, like emissions of semen or something. And base infection was probably a reference to syphilis or venereal disease, and that sort of thing. So this is just my guess, but I don't know. I feel like maybe the fair youth gave Shakespeare syphilis or something like that, and that he's really angry with the fair youth. And it would make sense because it falls in the middle of these breakup sonnets. I don't know, but I don't know. That's my best guess. I really have no idea. I'm so curious. So if anybody else has any ideas, hit me up, let me know, because Shakespeare's got me stumped on this one, and it's kind of driving me a little bit crazy. But I think he did that on purpose, though. I think this sonnet is supposed to be an enigma to everyone except the fair youth to whom it is addressed. I feel like he's supposed to know what this sonnet means. I don't know. Shakespeare, yeah, saucy minx, you got me. Anyway, that's Sonnet 94. That's all for today. I'll be back with more sonnets tomorrow. Stay safe, everybody. Bye.